Hey guys, I'm DC, creator and host of Barside, Jive. It's great to have you guys with me today for my daily dose of rock music history. It is Monday, March 16th, 2020, and you are witnessing my Satisfaction Guaranteed Tour Day 42. Remember, you can check out my Daily Dose archives as well as all my other content on my YouTube channel. Just search Barside Jive Live. I am coming at you live from the Vocal Studios in North Dallas. Now let's talk some rock and roll. On this day, 1955, the Ballad of Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett, the king of the wild frontier.
By Bill Hayes, reached the #1 spot on the U.S. pop music charts, where it would stay for 5 weeks. The song sold more than 7 million records on more than 20 different labels worldwide. That's right, guys. I said the Ballad of Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett, the king of the wild frontier.
I mean, it was 1955. Although he is about to be dropped by Columbia because his big band style records weren't selling, Bobby Vinton is allowed to lay down a couple of vocal efforts on this day in 1962. Results would produce the first of his 30 U.S. Top 40 hits, Roses Are Red, which would top the Billboard chart by next June. On this day in 1963, Peter, Paul, and Mary's Puff the Magic Dragon.
Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea.
Wow. We go from Davy Crockett
Davy Crockett, the king of the wild frontier.
to Puff the Magic Dragon.
Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea.
Anyway, Puff the Magic Dragon
Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea.
is released in the U.S., where it will reach #2. Don't think there's not hope for you. Although banned by some radio stations who thought the song was about drugs. Really? Really? It is really just a story about a little boy growing up, according to its writer, Peter Yarrow. DJ Alan Freed, who helped bring rock and roll to the forefront, is charged with tax evasion on this day in 1964. Poor Alan was plagued with bad luck, you know. In 1958, Freed faced controversy in Boston when he told the audience, "It looks like the Boston police don't want you to have a good time." As a result, Freed was arrested and charged with inciting to riot and was fired from his job at WINS. Whoa, never pick a fight with the police. Freed's career came to an end when it was shown that he had accepted payola, which were payments from record companies to play specific records, which was commonly done back in the day, a practice that was highly controversial at the time. There was also a conflict of interest that he had taken songwriting co-credits, most notably on Chuck Berry's Maybelline, which entitled him to receive part of a song's royalties, which he could help increase by heavily promoting the record on his own program. In another example, Harvey Fuqua of the Moonglows insisted Freed's name was not merely a credit on the song Sincerely, and that he did actually co-write it, which would still be a conflict of interest for Freed to promote. Well, Freed lost his radio show on WABC and was fired from the station altogether on November 21st, 1959. He was also fired from his television show. Damn. In 1960, payola was actually made illegal, and in 1962, Freed pleaded guilty to 2 charges of commercial bribery, for which he received a fine and a suspended sentence, and his career totally bit the dust. On this day, 1965 was the year the Rolling Stones were at #1 on the UK singles chart with The Last Time. the band's third UK number one. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding became the number one song in the U.S. on this day in 1968. The tune was recorded just 3 days before the plane crash that killed Redding in December 1967 and was his only gold record. What a great song, right? Who doesn't love that one? On this day in 1970, 24-year-old Tammy Terrell, who teamed up with Marvin Gaye for several Motown hits, died at Graduate Hospital in Philadelphia. After she collapsed in Gaye's arms on stage in 1967, it was discovered that she was suffering from a brain tumor. After several embarrassing incidents, A&M Records announces the termination of the Sex Pistols contract and that they have halted production of the band's newest single, God Save the Queen, on this day in 1977. On this day in 1979, Elvis Costello was the object of a lot of bad publicity after he allegedly made racist comments about Ray Charles and James Brown. Costello was at a Holiday Inn bar. Well, that's your first problem, is you're at a freaking Holiday Inn bar. I'm just kidding. Holiday Inn. Just kidding. Anyway, Costello was at this bar at the Holiday Inn while promoting his new Armed Forces album, discussing British and American music with Stephen Stills and Bonnie Bramlett. When the remarks were made, Bramlett responded by punching Costello in the face. After word about the incident came out, Costello held a press conference and totally apologized. U.S. radio and TV personality Arthur Godfrey died in New York City at the age of 79 on this day in 1983. His show, Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts, was a forerunner of Star Search and American Idol, on which scouts presented their discoveries to perform live before a national radio and television audience. On this day in 1991, 7 members of country singer Reba McEntire's band and her road manager were among 10 people who were killed when their private jet crashed in California just north of the Mexican border. McEntire, who had given a private concert in San Diego for IBM employees the night before, was not on the plane. On this day in 2005, Jackson Spires, drummer and founding member of Blackfoot, died at the age of 53 after suffering a brain aneurysm. The band reached number 26 on the Billboard Hot 100 in August of '79 with Highway Song. Blackfoot, great band. Andy Frazier, bassist for the group Free and co-writer of their hit All Right Now, died of cancer at the age of 62 on this day in 2015. And on this day in 2017, the Kinks frontman, 72-year-old Ray Davies, was knighted by the Prince of Wales for services to the arts at a ceremony at Buckingham Palace in London, England. Well, that, kiddies, is rock and roll and wraps my rock history lesson today, but you can dry those eyes because there's more coming from me to you tomorrow and every day as I peel back the pages. That's right, I peel back those pages of my big-ass book of rock music history and explore the past of the rock legends on my Daily Dose of Rock Music. You can catch up on all my Daily Dose episodes, as well as all my other content, on YouTube. Just search Barside Jive Live. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Barside Jive. Thanks for hanging out with me during my daily dose today. All I ask is that you simply seek every day to be a hero in somebody's life. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, peace, love, and rock and roll. It's all yours, Boner.
Have mercy.
Good night, Bill.
BarsideJiveLive.com.
You rock for the senses. Lows that evolve into highs that pierce. Feel the rock on 98 KZEW, Dallas, Fort Worth.